Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I thought we'd try something different, thought we'd play FNaF World. Now if you don't know what this is, it's an RPG with Five Nights at Freddy's characters, so if you aren't into like the whole spooky gameplay thing, then I thought, well, even though I like that, this game is just still a lot of fun. So we're playing Adventure Normal Mode. I might do a hard mode playthrough later because there's differences. So yeah, this is a RPG with real-time combat. So you really can't, you can reorganize your character list, but personally I'd go with this. So Chica, both Chicas are healers, however I like Toy Chica more. She has better abilities. And I'll explain more as we go along, but here we go. Now I would do the dialogue, but I'll just let you read it. Pause the video if you want to read it, but basically he tells you that there's some evil guys and we gotta deal with them. So that's the main story. However, there's a secret story, if you don't know, that requires you to not click done and just wait a minute. However, if you want, I'll just warn you, there are spoilers because I'm going to be playing through almost the entirety of this game and its many endings. So if you don't want to get spoilers and you want to play the game in its entirety, I will let you know when we're nearing the end of the story. I will inform you on that, and then you can take it from there and decide if you want to play it yourself. World. This is the shop. This is like a defense upgrade so we can make ourselves stronger, and then this is a little mini game. So our first little step is to fight this auto chipper, who's our the first mini boss. And then this jump we'll get more later on, but it lets us warp to certain areas. So this is the combat. So as you can see, it's a real-time combat style thing. And basically your goal is to just do more damage quicker than they can. And there are different ways you can upgrade it. There's chips, which upgrade your characters, and then bites, which are little minions that do different things depending on they are. So here's the first mini boss. Let's go. So you want to use Birthday because it gives you defense, attack, and speed boosts. So it's really useful to just get in there and get quick. And Bass Jam's probably one of the best starting attacks, along with Jump Scare and Hot Cheese in my opinion. And Pizza Wheel. Those three are probably the best, early game moves. And regarding characters of all of them, I would say that I'd personally, Toy Freddy is probably the worst of them all. They're all not good, you're not going to keep them for too long, but he's not really the best of all of them. So yeah, we're doing pitiful damage right now, but as time goes on, we're gonna really get up there, and eventually we're gonna start, doing crazy damage to the enemy. So we're gonna use poppers. Or it looks like we're almost there. And there we go. First boss done. And lots of leveling. Alright, so these chests contain new chips, which give us little buffs, so they're going to be handy later on. So I'm going to equip them. But yeah, I know people, I know people complained when this game came out, claiming that it wasn't that good at all, but honestly, I really like it. Okay, real quick, here's the map. We're going to be going all around this place. Also, the game doesn't take itself seriously whatsoever. So, it has them talking about, using glitched objects and dealing with the game's source code. But again, we're going to pause right here to let the secret ending play out. So in the secret ending, you're basically going to be finding clocks There are 5 different clocks and located in the 5 main areas or around them. And once you find all 5, then you're able to unlock the secret ending. But you have to trigger them, you have to not touch done to get all of them. Then you have to go find all the clocks and all that. So yeah, the characters, like, we're gonna do this little mini game. So these do have significance to the main series of games, which I will explain at the very end. And if you have, like, played the games or know anything about the series, you probably do know what significance they have. But for right now, I'm just gonna keep it a secret, and I'll explain it to everyone when we read. This is useful later, but for right now, I'm gonna save my money because there are better bites that you can have later on. And some of them are better early on, but there's a specific place that has some of the best. 2 of them that are really useful for the final fights. So I have played this game before, so I'm probably going to be doing a bit of speedrunning, like going through the game pretty quickly than what someone would normally be. Because I have played through the whole game before, and recently just played it again before making this series, before starting this. Alright, so throughout the game you'll find these glitched objects, and we have to enter them, which leads to this glitched subtunnel, which we use to get farther down in the world and get to areas we weren't able to access before. And there is a lot of extra content. So there is the main game, and there's also the update 2 and the secret ending I'm working on, but then there's like a secret boss that you can fight that's honestly harder than the true final boss of hard mode, which again I'll do later in a fixed party mode. So if you don't want fixed party, is you basically get to pick any character from the original roster, and you have to play through the game without. You have to play through the game without Sorry if I'm stumbling. I don't know why. I'm driving myself insane trying to think of what I'm trying to say. But fixed party mode lets you pick any character from the base roster without the update 2 characters, with the downside being that you have to stay with those characters. You can't switch them out, or you can rearrange them. So you have to pick very carefully what you want in the beginning of the game and think all the way to the end. I will admit though, it is satisfying to do fixed party because of just like smoking every one of the easy like first few areas, because you're playing as characters that are just strung on their own just when they're fresh out, when they've just been unlocked. Surprised we haven't gotten any new characters though. Usually by now you'd get one, at least one. And some of the early characters are pretty useful. When I played earlier, I had a few characters that I got as like one of the first few, and I was able to make it nearly like almost halfway through the game with just some of the starter characters. So I'm gonna equip this. We're gonna move right along. So yeah, Foxy is probably one of the best, right along Freddy. You know, Freddy, all you do is Pizza Wheel, but that's a pretty good one. And there is a stronger there are 2 stronger versions of Pizza Wheel. Pizza Wheel 2, which is just bigger and better pizzas, and then Freddles, which is basically a stronger version of Pizza Wheels. Now that bird stump right there, that's important for later, but that's going to require us to get a little stronger before we do the thing with the bird. Can we get a new... There we go. Alright, Phantom BB. Not a bad first character. So when you get a new character, you have to beat them in a bit of a boss fight. And once you do, you get to keep him on your party. He is pretty good, I will admit. Early game, he is a pretty versatile option. There we go. Water hose to finish him off. So yeah, who are we gonna replace? So yeah, here's Phantom BB. Toxic Balloon is a poison attack, and then Gloom Balloon and Rainy Day are debuffs. Rainy Day decreases the enemy's defense, and Gloom Balloon I'm pretty sure does power. And maybe, I think it might be random though. So I'm gonna replace Toy Freddy. Like, Speed Song's the only thing that he has beneficial to him. But not only do later characters who are stronger have Speed Song, but Birthday for right now is gonna be versatile for keeping our speed up. So yeah, now we have access to Choppy's Woods, which lets us loop around to the beginning. So we're gonna poison them with our new character. And there is a ship that increases the chance that you're gonna get new characters. So once we find that, it's gonna be like, we're just gonna get so many new characters, it's gonna be crazy. So yeah, is power down specifically. But for the Phantom set of animatronics, they're more of a debuff and poison group. So, and quite a few of them are early game. So yeah, we loop around back here. So we were told to go to the dusting field, which is the next area, which is the snow area, which also unlocks the third jump, if we can actually get there successfully. Oh yeah, by the way, I did successfully find an editing software, so this is going to be the first video we're going to try out editing. It should work fine. I'm going to take that. But yeah, having editing software is going to be nice, because then I can edit down these videos to remove all the parts where I just pause. So that's nice. Tell me what you think in the comments. And probably should address this, but regarding Dead Estate, we're going to come back to that later. I'm not done with it. We're gonna finish that outright. Alright, new character. Who we got? Ooh, Phantom Freddy. So yeah, Phantom Freddy is an exclusive debuff character. All his abilities are just pure debuffs, which I will admit is a pretty nice ability. Each of his attacks debuff the power, defense, and speed, respectively. I'm probably gonna switch out, probably gonna replace, probably put Toy Bonnie, no, regular Bonnie in the back and replace them with Phantom Freddy, and then probably get rid of, probably Toy Bonnie. I mean, he does a Bash Jam, but Munchies is just alright, and Prize Ball is a luck attack, and while I do like luck, like, it's one of my favorite, for some reason it's one of my favorite things, but I'm not a fan of Prize Ball. There is a Prize Ball too, and I usually just use it for Mangle, because Poppers requires you to build them up, and I don't have the other character who does that yet. But for right now, we're just gonna stick with this roster. But yeah, Phantom Freddy's really useful early on, because then you can start debuffing the enemies, which makes it easier to finish them quicker. You're about to see. Random question, but just have something to ask. What's your favorite Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic? Just what's your favorite and why? Personally, mine is Mangle. Okay, real quick, minigame time. And again, I will explain the significance of the minigames when we reach the final one. But yeah, I would pick Mangle as my favorite animatronic, but Phantom Mangle is probably way better, because he has Pizza Wheel 2. If you don't know, Pizza Wheel 2 is usually exclusive to the harder animatronics, so the fact that she has it is really handy. Alright, so this part basically just warns you of the glitched subtunnels, which basically are... if you enter the glitched area that I explained, the subtunnel, you can find another glitched object and you can go farther down, which lets you access more areas. However, if you find another one, you can go down again. However, if you enter the fourth subtunnel, you'll be trapped down in there forever. And this is basically saying that we need to enter the mine up to our left on the map before we find the clock, before we use the glitched object to enter a later area. But before we fight this boss, I'm going to stop it there for now. So thank you for watching. Make sure to share my content. It helps out a lot. and I will see you all later.